The Golden Bull, Chapter 11. The small dark room they entered was mercifully cooler than the sun-baked streets. A man and a woman sat silently eating their midday meal at a small wooden table. "Are you Siddha?" Jomar asked, bowing his head to the lean and graying man who was about the same age as his father. The man rose and looked somberly at him. "I've been waiting for you, Jomar, son of Darabi." He turned to Zepha. "But who is this?" Jomar hesitated, then took Zepha's hand and brought her forward. "Zepha, my sister." Siddha and his wife said nothing, but Jomar knew by their narrowed eyes that they were displeased. Jomar spoke to the woman, hoping she might be as kind-hearted as his mother. "There's not enough food in the farm to feed all of us, so at the last moment my father decided to send her with me." Siddha's wife stared coldly at Zepha, so he appealed to the goldsmith. "I beg you, let her stay here until she finds work." Siddha shook his head forcefully. "Darabi didn't speak of a daughter. He and I had an agreement. She wasn't part of it." Siddha's wife rose from her chair. "This house is small, our food supply is meager." The goldsmith's expression softened. "Nari, look how thin and worn these children are. Feed and house this girl tonight. Tomorrow she'll go." "They're dirty," Nari said. "They'll eat when they've bathed and changed their clothes." Motioning curtly that Jomar and Zepha should follow her, she led them outside to a tiny mud brick shed next to the house. On the clay floor rested a jug of water, a cake of strong-smelling tallow, an ash soap, and a heavy, long-handled reed brush. "Come back when you've scrubbed yourselves clean." In the washroom, Zepha spoke in a low tone. "Did you see how she looks at me? I'm a stranger to her, yet she hates me." "Yes, she's unfriendly, to both of us," Jomar said, "but you're being allowed to stay the night." That was the goldsmith's decision, not hers. Zepha took off her tunic and began to scrub herself vigorously in angry, exaggerated movements. "This house is too quiet. Don't they have children?" "Only one child, a boy my age." Jomar took the soap and brush that Zepha handed him. "He died recently. I'm here to take his place." "As their son?" Zepha said indignantly. "You have a father and a mother." "I mean his place as Siddha's apprentice," Jomar said quietly. He fingered his shabby tunic. "Without my basket, I've no change of clothing." "Scrub yourself and leave your tunic on your cot before you go to sleep," Zepha said. "I'll find a way to wash it." From her basket she took out her one clean garment and put it on. Then, with a private half-smile, she circled her braids twice around her head. When they returned to the house, Siddha invited them to the table with a quick gesture. Without a glance or smile, Nari put down 2 bowls of soup. Following Zepha's lead, Jomar did not gulp down his food. The meal disappeared in moments, but Nari did not offer them a second serving. Jomar saw that the goldsmith was looking at him with sad eyes. "He's wishing his son sat at the table instead of me," Jomar thought, wondering if his sickness had caused his death. Siddha gave a little shudder as if to throw off his thoughts and rose from the table. "Come, I'll get you started." Without waiting for Jomar to follow him, he disappeared into another room that opened off from the living quarters. The goldsmith's wife spoke to Zepha directly for the first time. "You've no right to be here, so you'll have to work for me to earn your keep until you leave tomorrow. Clear the table, pick over the lentils, then boil them for tomorrow's meal." She left the table and went outside. Jomar had seen his sister's eyes harden as she listened to Nari. In one swift motion, Zepha loosened her crown of braids. "Why did you do that?" Jomar said. "I liked your braids piled high." "Because I'm a slave, not a lady," she said angrily. Jomar put a finger to his lips. "Lower your voice. They don't know you're a slave. Remember, you're better off cooking for her instead of for Malak and his crew." Zepha stacked the bowls on the table with abrupt movements. Jomar started off for the workshop. Jomar put a finger to his lips. "Lower your voice. They don't know you're a slave. Remember, you're better off cooking for her instead of Malak and his crew." Zepha stacked the bowls on the table with abrupt movements. Jomar started off for the... Okay, this whole last part was the same as before, so doesn't need to be read. Bye, guys.